reading the Bhagavad Gita the other day, and Arjuna tells Lord Krishna that mind is restless and is much more difficult to control than the wind. So, sister, tell us what would be the fundamental principles of training this mind?
Mind is not restless. Mind is a power. But if I use the power the right way, the power is in my control. If I don't use the power the right way, the power is not in my control. So do I control my mind or my mind controls me? That's what is going to be decided. So when I, the soul, start strengthening myself on a daily basis, then I start taking charge of my mind. Not just from 0 to 100% on day one, but that's also the journey. With today, not having control over my mind, saying, पता नहीं वो thought कहाँ से आ गई. We say like this, वो thought आ गई. That thought came to me. So that's how much we believe that we don't have control. We say the thought has come to me. The thought doesn't come to me. I create that thought. But they will say the thought has come to me as if it's coming from outside to inside, because we believing that the situations and everything that's happening and the people in my life, how they are behaving, that is the cause of my thoughts. So we say, I felt like this because of them. That thought came to me. So every time I'm ingraining that it's coming from outside into me. So no power, because I've even forgotten that I am creating it. I have a choice. So that is what is called Atma Nirbar. Atma Nirbar means self-reliant, remembering the situation is outside. Yes, it's an extremely difficult situation, but what I think about the situation, how I perceive the situation, how I feel about the other person does not depend on the person and the situation. It depends on me. This is power. And when I understand this power, then my mind is now according to me. It's according to me. Earlier, my mind was according to the situation. So if the situation is favorable, my mind is very happy. If the situation is not favorable, we would say, how can I be happy today? So it was like, how can I be? We thought it's not possible only. If a person is nice to me, I'm very happy. If a person doesn't behave the right way with me, we said, how can I be happy? Obviously, I will be hurt. So when we use this kind of vocabulary, which says, they said this, so obviously I'm hurt. So I'm saying my mind is not in my control. It's completely in the control of the behavior of the other person. So repeatedly having believed this, having said this again and again and again, and then having lived that way is making me lose my power over my mind. So again, we come back to why spirituality is so important. So spirituality will help you to take charge of your mind, your words, and behavior. Because today, not just mind is not in my control, my words are not in my control. How many of us would say something and then after they say, I didn't mean to say it. It was a slip of the tongue. I don't feel that way. It is just that I was upset, so I said it. Say it, then regret it, then feel guilty, then apologize and say, I was not saying it. It just happened. Again, I'm saying I don't have control even over my words and my mouth. And some of us even lose control over our hands. So I can just throw a paper which is in my hand. I can throw some vessel that is in my hand, some utensil. I can throw a paperweight that is in my hand. Sometimes on the road, I can get angry and I can beat up another person just because there was a little accident. Or it goes to another extreme that if there is a road rage and someone is carrying a weapon, then two families' destiny is gone. This is all road rage. This is all road rage. Why? Because I lose control over my mind, my words, over my hand. But that losing control doesn't happen that moment when that accident happens. That losing control as part of life. And so when a bigger crisis comes, the person is not able to take charge of their mind. So first thing, to believe that the mind is mine and to stop saying it is not in my control. It's like saying my child is not in my control. I didn't discipline the child. If I start today, everything will be fine. So daily, first, believing it's my mind, it will listen to everything that I say. Start giving it instructions. Daily begin your morning and end your day with powerful content. Restrict other content. That's very important. Even if I take spiritual content, but I consume hours of the opposite content in the day, even then it's going to be very difficult. So restrict the unhealthy content, consume it's just like the body, like you will say, restrict the wrong diet, take a little bit of the right diet every day, and your fitness levels will start rising. And of course, exercise. So exercise is meditation. So first foremost is restrict content. Too much content consumption and quality, we know what it is. Restrict, be very, very, very strict with it. Probably even more strict than what you would be with eating junk food once in a while. Eating a samosa or a chaat papdi or anything once in a while will not cause so much harm, how much this content is causing harm to us. So restrict content, consume healthy content. So content which has calm and stability, content which has acceptance, content which has forgiveness, content which has releasing, letting go, content which is teaching me how to be in the present moment. So start consuming that content daily. Now, what will happen once I consume that content and now I go out into the day? Situations will come, but my content will be the creator of my thoughts. So I am creating my thoughts based on the content that I'm consuming. Like my body is creating the energy based on what I have filled it with. So that is why you say, okay, early morning, have the right breakfast because you have a long day ahead of you. Your breakfast should have this, this, this. Why? Why can't I just eat anything? No, because you say you have to create that energy during the day for all the work that you do. Similarly, consume that right content as your morning breakfast. Do not leave the day for your work before you've consumed at least 10 to 15 minutes of the content which can be used in every situation and in every relationship. So that's why acceptance, compassion, empathy, forgiveness, self respect, not comparison, cooperation, blessing people, not competition and jealousy. So consume that content, and within a few days, it won't take months or years. Within a few days, see the change in the way you think and see the change in the way even you behave with people. So that's the power we have.